What's going on, guys? It's been a while since I dropped a video. I think it's probably been like a week or two. So I literally fell off the wagon when it came to posting a video every single day. I'm not gonna get into why or what happened. It is what it is. It happens, and here we are now starting over. So I'm gonna do my best to do not just a video a day, but maybe even 2 to 3 a day to get to that 1 video a day average. I got out the gym right now, and I was actually not the gym. I was out for a run, and then I was at the sauna. And what I kept thinking about was I got into this call yesterday with my friend. So I have a friend. She asked me, she's like, hey, I asked so-and-so, I'm asking you, are you able to hop on the Zoom call? And basically she wanted us to motivate her team, right? To get them to do what they got to do, right? Whatever that is, right? So it's not important what the topic was about or what we're trying to motivate them about. The point is that, she wanted us to do her this favor. And so we jumped on, me and this other guy that I know. Long story short, they were asking us what did it take for us to get to the point of where we are at today, and what are all these different modalities that it takes, and all these different things that they could try and do to try and basically get to the same point. Like, what's it gonna take? The biggest message that I talked about a lot of things on there, me and this other guy, but the thing that stuck with me the biggest and the most that I kept thinking about even today was that there is no one specific way to make things happen. There is no one specific way to reach the goal. There's no one specific way, right, to take this path, right? Think about it. It's the exact same thing. I'm gonna give you guys this perfect example. When you're trying to get from point A to point B, right? Let's say you're over to a friend's house and you go to a movie or whatever you're gonna do. You set up your map, you set up Waze, which is this app that tells you how to get from point A to point B, and it gives you multiple different options. At the end of the day, you end up getting to point B one way or another, right? So you end up getting to point B one way or another. You can take option A, option B, option C. At the end of the day, you get to point B, right? And that's the whole point, is that each of these different methods and each of these roads that you can take on the street, if you're driving in this example, right, are gonna get you there. One might take you a little bit longer, one might be a bit longer in terms of mileage, but at the end of the day, you still get there at the same point. Driving is the exact same thing when it comes to whatever you're trying to accomplish, right? Whether it's business or whatever these things are, there are so many different options to get there, right? We can literally probably come up with a few hundred different options on how to get from point A to point B when you're driving, right? Because literally all it takes is taking one different turn every single time, every single different option of driving, and it's a different variation, right? They're all different variations. So there's hundreds of variations. Are some more effective than others? 100%. Are some faster than others? 100%. Are some more efficient than others? 100%. And some are longer. Obviously, you want to pick the ideal option. You want to pick the fastest option. You want to pick the most efficient option. You want to pick the option that's going to get you there the quickest when it comes to, anything that you're trying to do. But at the end of the day, you end up getting to point B. And that's the biggest thing that I was trying to tell them, right? There's all these different methods, all these variations for them to accomplish the goal that they're trying to accomplish. And I was telling them the ways that I did it. This other guy was telling them the ways that he did it. And the funny and interesting thing that I noticed in this conversation is that we're on this call for an hour. We gave somewhat similar advice, but a lot of the ways we both attack things were kind of opposites to a certain degree. And it was interesting to see that and I pointed that out, and I was like, guys, there's not one specific way. Notice how I went about things a certain way, he went about things a certain way. They're towards the same goal, and we both got the same outcome, but we kind of did them slightly different based on who we are, based on our personalities. And at the end of the day, we still got there, and it's the same thing. This is the same thing. And me specifically, me for business, I'm trying to get to $1 million a month. These last few months have been hella rough, and we're nowhere near, hitting those goals. But the interesting thing is that I know we have the team. We have the team to be able to get there. We know what KPIs we got to hit. We know what numbers we got to hit. And so it's just a matter of really dial it in, right? The thing that I kept thinking about was there's no specific way. There's so many people out there who've accomplished so many different things. And if for me, my goal is $1 million a month, there are a ton of people out there who hit $1 million a month, right? Where the grand scheme of things, it's very few people compared to the entire population. Very few people. I forgot what the ratio is for the amount of people who ever hit $1 million in a year, let alone $10 million in a year. It's a very small percentage. And so what I'm trying to tell you with you guys, look, there are so many different options, right? But whatever option you choose, whatever method you choose, you have to just go all in with it. Stop questioning and hesitating, right? Imagine going back to the map example, right? You're driving your car, you choose you're going option A, the fastest way, it's the shortest way, and then you're constantly questioning the map of are you sure I should go this side? Maybe I should go turn right. You know what? Maybe I should actually go straight because it's actually less distance. I'm going to get there faster. Why are you following the map or choosing to follow the map if you're not actually going to follow the map? Imagine you start questioning and hesitating yourself on the method that you chose, so now it ends up taking you way longer to get to point A from point B because you were questioning it, right? It's the exact same thing, right? When you choose a method, you have to build, and this is the magic word, right? If you're not just to choose this method, you can't just be questioning, because if you're questioning, you're just going half in, half out. Here's the magic word, the magic formula. It's gonna mind blow you guys, but it's conviction. You have to have conviction with whatever method you choose and not hesitate, because when you hesitate, it will take you way longer to get there, even if you actually have the right solution, right? Somebody with the wrong or the worst or the hardest way to do something could have way more conviction in what they're doing versus somebody who has the best method but has no conviction, and the person with the hardest method will actually end up winning. So that's your magic word for the day: conviction. What can I do today to have massive conviction? See you guys later.